Hello. Well, I can't get out on the road right now to do any trips, and I cut my hand, so I can't hardly do any cooking. And so I just wanted to make a video doing something. So I decided to read you a couple old poems. And these are poems my dad read to me when I was just a little kid, 5 or 6 years old. And I looked them up, and I decided I'd read a couple poems to you. The name of this one is The Tempest. And it was written back by a man named Fields, born in 1817. And he died in 1881. And this is a great poem. Well, anyway, I'm going to read The Tempest to you. We were crowded in the cabin. Not a soul would dare to sleep. It was midnight on the waters, and a storm was on the deep. 'Tis a fearful thing in winter, to be shattered by the blast, and to hear the rattling trumpet, thunder, cut away the mask. So we shuddered there in silence, for the stoutest held his breath, while the hungry sea was roaring, and the breakers threatened death. And as thus we sat in darkness, each one busy in his prayers, "We are lost," the captain shouted, as he staggered down the stairs. But his little daughter whispered, as she took his icy hand, "Isn't God upon the water, just the same as on the land?" Then he kissed the little maiden, and he spoke in better cheer, and he anchored safe in harbor when the morn was shining clear. That was The Tempest. My dad used to read to me a lot when I was a child. I always liked that poem. And here's one that I read when I was a child too. And I think I read this one when I was in second or third grade or somewhere along there. It's called The Old Oaken Bucket. I'm sure a lot of you remember that one. But I like it. I'm going to read it to you. How dear to this heart are the scenes of my childhood, when fond recollections presents them to view. The orchard, the meadow, the deep tangled wildwood, and every lovely spot which my infancy knew. The wide-spreading pond and the mill that stood by it, the bridge and the rock where the cataracts fell, the cot of my father, the dairy horse nigh it, and even the rude bucket which hung in the well, the old oaken bucket, the iron-bound bucket, the moss-covered bucket which hung in the well. The moss-covered vessel I hail as a treasure, for often at noon, when returned from the field, I found it the source of an exquisite pleasure, the purest and sweetest that nature can yield. How ardent I seized it with hands that were growing, and quick to the white pebbled bottom it fell. Then soon with the emblem of truth overflowing, and dripping with coolness it rose from a well. The old oaken bucket, the iron-bound bucket, the moss-covered bucket arose from a well. How sweet from the green mossy brim to receive it, as posed on the curb it inclined to my lips. Not a full blushing goblet could tempt me to leave it, though filled with the nectar which Juniper sips. And now far removed from the love situation, the tear of regret will intrusive swell, as fancy reverts to my father's plantation, and sighs for the bucket which hangs in the well, the old oaken bucket, the iron-bound bucket, the moss-covered bucket which hangs in the well. The man that wrote this, he was born in 1785. That is an old poem. Well, I hope you enjoyed my couple of poems today. I couldn't get out to do anything. I can't do my work hardly because of my finger, or my thumb. I could. I'll give you a warning if you're using one of them slaw cutters, like those little square things you slide up and down, just slide cheese and stuff. Be careful. I've used one for years, never cut myself, but I did cut myself this time and pretty bad. So I'm just warning you, be careful when you're shredding stuff. Well, thank you a lot for listening, and thank you for watching. And as always, thank you for your support. I really appreciate your support. It tickles me to death every time I see another subscriber on there. I saw another last night, and I just about, it was like Christmas. It's tickled me to death. Thank you.